Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another day of the video. Darren, how's it going today? Today we're on campus going to my second lecture. Beth, we get to on the bus together, me and Beth do, and it was raining and stuff, so I didn't talk to you earlier. I am sorry. I am trying to get used to this more though, so this is what we're doing. We got up at 6:30, like dozed until 1:45, then got straight up. Hey Freya, what are you doing over there? Time to go home. I just want to go home. Blimey, Christ alive. So yeah, what we just had a programming lecture, and then we had an hour gap. What did we do in that hour gap? We went somewhere and we did something. Oh, I went to go and print off, scan in a copy of my maths work, and then so I was able to hand it in, but we've beaten the hand-in box. There isn't a hand-in box yet, so we're too fast for the system, we're too good, so that's good. We then had a systems development lecture about the law and cloud computing, which was very interesting. It was about like who actually owns all of the data you store online, like Facebook, what they can actually access and things like that. And it's crazy stuff. And I'm just going around to go get the bus now, really. While that was all running, we did that. We then left. We had some food. I bought food on campus. I was going to make sandwiches today, but I'd completely forgotten that I'd said to Andy we was going to hang back and do some revision. So we did some C revision and shit. Oh, that was me in serious panic mode as I attempted to avoid someone. Come on now, let's get this vlog down, shall we? Come on, this has been the worst vlog ever so far. It's been so bitty in the beginning and everywhere in general. We've got a good chunk of time now. Let's just get this sorted, yeah? So, what's going on today? Let's start again. Fuck it, let's go from scratch. I tried to show you like everything as it was happening, but it's just in two small sections of time before I can and stuff. So we're just gonna tell you. So, we are now... No, then what did we do? We got up, obviously, had a shower, had breakfast, and rendered out a video and stuff. It's so fucking light, they can't run me down. No need to say thank you. So I had breakfast, had a shower and stuff. No. Some people walk so slow. So I'm going around the outside of these cars just to dodge them. So I got ready, all of that, sorted out the video, but I didn't get time to do the description. Sorted out my to-do list, packed my bag and headed off out to uni. We set off extra early and the bus didn't come for like 20 minutes, so we were just stood in the rain. There was like 3 buses that were supposed to come between the time we got there and when it came, and none of them turned up. So we're just getting soaked, which is why my hair's so shit. But yeah, so that was fun. Went up obviously with Beth and Susie, who we always go up on a Monday. And then we hit to lectures. Pattern analysis. We've now finished the module, so we're now going back on everything that we have been covering. We've gone right back down to the bare basics of statistics, which is good, because he did start to dance all over quite a lot. So everything he goes over now is of great importance to the exam. So yeah, right. No one turned up to that though, so it was literally just me sat on my own on my row. Well, obviously other people turned up, but none of my friend group did. And then I was talking to you as I was walking to programming lecture when Freya turned up out of nowhere. Freya's having stresses. Quite a lot of people are stressing about their group coursework at the moment. It's not just me that has to stress about that kind of thing. So she's having some stresses and stuff about that. But then we went to programming, and that's where everything went uphill. Loads of people started to turn up. Looking more slow people. And not only are those people slow, I hope you can hear me over the road as well, by the way. Not only are those people slow, one, he has a horrendous case of double denim. Jesus. And he also doesn't know where he's going, so he just asked me. But yeah, so programming, that's when everyone turned up. We had Gilbert, we had Andy joining the party. Who else? Did Peter turn up at that point? No, I don't think Peter did. I think Peter turned up a bit later. Programming lecture, where shit's starting to get complicated on object orientated, talking about how it's deciding between what methods to call when there's multiple methods with multiple inheritance and all that kind of rubbish. We then did an hour gap where I scanned my maths ready to hand in, but the hand in isn't even open yet, so too efficient, too eager. So I just typed up a couple of notes, I think, in that time frame. Then we had systems development, where we talked about, yeah, the law on like cloud computing and things, and some serious cases where like people like Facebook have spied on an intense amount of data, and it's just madness. So that was really interesting. I was really intrigued by that lecture. It was really good fun, and it's the kind of lecture where, as he's talking, you can kind of do other things. So me and Andy were playing Hearthstone. He releases the notes. He's basically just telling us stories at this point, and he's releasing the notes after. I much prefer it when they release them before, or at least so that I can have them like at it. So even if you don't release them like weeks before, or a couple of days before, sorry about the wind, I'm trying to cover it with my hand as much as I can. Where's it even coming from? That way. Should be okay. Is this the road they wanted? I didn't even look. I much prefer having it with me at the time, so that I can go through at my own pace. So if there's like a slide with a lot more detail that I want that detail down, and he kind of darts off it, I can just obviously stay on that slide longer on my Nexus or something. Whereas otherwise, if I miss a bit of information, I've then got to go through the presentations, find the slide that I missed, leave an adequate amount of space in my notes. It's just a mess. So that was that. We had then, after there, that driver, Jesus, I had no idea what he was doing. He's just this old guy just letting me cross the road. Dude, just go, you're blocking up the road. So that was that. So we then went to go get some food. I went and got a pasty. I'm not a fan of pasties, I've decided. I thought it was just Cornish ones I didn't like, but just the idea of having potato in pastry just creeps me out a bit. I don't know, I don't like it. It's a bit like a weird texture, I think, in the potatoey bits, which is very strange. But I had that for dinner, in the intention of hanging around for like an hour and then going home. But then me and Andy were doing revision, we were doing some C work, like really what we covered about a year ago. And as I'm going through it, I'm like, right, cool, I know this, I know this, I know this, I know this. And then I want to kind of flick through at my pace, but then we're at Andy's pace for this bit. But then there'll be times where that pace is reversed. I'm not sure if the system's working yet. I'm going through notes like that. I think it's because we're going through the notes. It's not as fast paced as, I think it'd be better if we just kind of tested each other and stuff. I think that would be better. And then researching what we knew we didn't know, instead of going through everything. Considering we only have 2 weeks before Easter. But yeah, it was there. It's now 3:30, well, 4:15 now, and I'm only just getting home. It's ridiculous. Been in uni all day, and I'm normally in half a day, so I'm exhausted. Per se. Tonight though, relatively, we don't have much, if any, work to do, so I'm thinking of having dinner when I do. I'm thinking of getting in, having a nice mug of tea, and potentially like an apple or something, because I'm quite hungry, to be fair. And biscuits, obviously. Can't have tea without biscuits. You can, very easily. We chat. But yeah, I'm thinking of going in, having some tea, chilling out for a bit, finishing the video description while I chill out, maybe type up some notes, then dinner, type up some more notes. I don't think I've got any other work. Pattern analysis I wanted to look at tonight, but I'm not sure. I might just clear all of my notes and then devote tomorrow to it, because we've got quite a big gap in the day again. Got 1 hour gap, group coursework meeting, 2 hour gap, so that's arguably a 4 hour gap to a certain extent. Wow, 4 hour gap with a 30-minute interlude, so that's good. Otherwise, why are you walking home, Jamie? It's raining and you've got odd shoes on. You're supposed to be wearing black shoes when it rains. I forgot to wear my black shoes when I noticed it raining this morning. And 2, the bus had stopped in the middle of town to change driver or something, I don't know, but it sits there for like 10 minutes and I'd probably be sit home even though I'm a bit damp. But it means I just really, really want a cup of tea now. And it's just gone midnight. When was the last time I spoke to you? I could have sworn I'd talked to you before now, but yeah, got in, had a delicious cup of tea. Oh my god, it was the best cup of tea ever. It's just there and it's very blurry. What the balls? Yeah, there we go. And it was nice stuff. Came into here and sorted out the video and some admin stuff and things like that. and then went to go and have some dinner, which was curry, which took me over an hour to do. It was a ridiculous amount of time to do it. I did the curry first, and then realised that it took 18 minutes to do the rice, which then took obviously like to warm up the water to boil it, and I'm like, for fuck's sake. So it took me like an hour to eat it, to even start eating it. Even it was hideous. It was madness actually. Came into here, and then I was going to sit here in bed, type up some lecture notes while watching Hannibal, because I've just discovered Hannibal's back in America. I actually discovered a couple of days ago, but keep forgetting, and it's just getting further, like a couple of weeks ago actually, and I just keep forgetting to watch it. And but then the boys like, let's go on GTA, and all four of us were on, so it was like, well, we've got to go on now, haven't we? The Boost Boys back from Nottingham, the home is. So I didn't do that really. I've done this page of notes here. It's pretty intensive about the legal legislation, which was the lecture we went through today. But I wanted to go through some more, if not by hand, then typing up. What I'm thinking of doing is attempting to watch Hannibal now. Maybe it is gone 12, but or should I just go to bed? I think I need to go to bed. Tomorrow then, we're going to be hitting the work again. We've got a lab in the morning. We've got the pattern analysis lab, which we'll go into. We've then got an hour gap because maths is cancelled this week. We then have a group coursework meeting. Rob has come forward with a buttload of work, which I'm very happy about. He's the kind of person who just kind of fettles with it and then just like releases it, gives it me. And I'm like, for fuck's sake, you could have at least given me something to believe you were actually working. Damn it. But yeah, that looks pretty good. We're still waiting on two others. The programme, however, is buggy as hell. Buggy as all hell. So we've literally just done like the final evaluations and tests and stuff, and it's like failed on like a million different fronts. It's not actually safe to release. In other news as well, yeah, we're gonna have to sort that. I'm gonna go to bed, I think, and try and get to sleep before 1, and then theoretically get up for tomorrow, because we've got to have that meeting to organise the presentation, which is in for Thursday, which means a couple of group decisions, I think. We will then also have we can spin it, it's fine, don't worry about it, Jamster, it's cool. We then got a 2 hour gap, 2 maybe 3 hour gap, in which we will be using that time to do pattern analysis, I believe. Go over some pattern analysis notes and stuff, and then we've got a pattern analysis lecture at the end of the day as well. But I'll be coming home on time, so I'll be back around 4 instead of 4, but not 3 hours after the fact. After the time that I was supposed to be home, if that makes sense at all, I don't know. But other news, I've received word that someone has made contact with me, or wants to make contact with me over Easter, about a potential program system that they want me to develop. And I'm going to mention this here, and I just want to mention this here so I know like the date that I was given it, because if the date I found out about it, because if this goes ahead, it's going to be a long project, probably longer than, because I can't do it obviously full time, and because I'm not a fucking team of like 20 people, probably longer than the daily vlogs have currently been running. It's going to take a fuck ton of time, if it's even possible. But someone has wants me to. Apparently, she works for someone, and they've just bought some software for £2 million. But it's shit, apparently. But they're just making you do with it. They've spent so much money on it that they just want to make do with it and just see if everyone can learn to use it. So she wants me to develop this software on the side, and then when she retires, we will then go to them, pitch forward the software, and then theoretically they buy it from us for £2 million. Which obviously there's reasons why I'm not particularly like, yeah, this is going to work. Like, it's actually a really good idea to do the application and then not pitch it towards this company for £1 million, which I might actually do a version of the application to start with, just under Blitz Software's name, and then release it because it is quite a good piece of software that you could sell to people sell to small companies for like £100 or something. No, yeah, there's £100. It'd be good. It would be good stuff. But then they would obviously want like a much bigger, much more complicated system. But yeah, so I'm not in any way, shape or form expecting this to happen because one, companies don't just go, oh shit, that's good software, I'll buy it for £1 million. That's not how software works. They come to you, well, they say like, who wants to make this software for us? And then you say, okay, it's going to cost me £1 million to make. Okay, here's £1 million. They don't go, oh shit, you've already made it. In which case, here's 20 quid. That's basically what they do. But having said this, if it is possible, and we're talking like, I've got to sit down with her and be like, right, okay, right, I'm going to have to go into pure professional mode now. I'm going to go pure legal, pure everything. Like, right, okay, can we do this? No, I think the Data Protection Act crunches us down at this point. I don't know much about this. Theoretically, at the end of my placement year, I should be able to learn quite a bit about it, but beyond that, God knows. Also, I'm starting, that's just something, I just wanted to throw that out there so that I knew when I first heard about this project. It was actually yesterday, but I'm telling you about it now. So, yeah, we'll see. It's not going to happen, but it's actually a good idea to use it and then just sell it to smaller companies for like a flat price. Because it would be useful, and it is something that is quite necessary as well. I know the company I work for doesn't have this kind of system that I know of. It doesn't have this kind of system yet. So it's quite clever and stuff, and it could be like really clever, and it could be like relatively bare bones and still worth a decent amount of money. So it's a good idea. Probably won't make me my first couple of million, but you never know. I just thought I'd bounce this idea around. I'm not going to tell you overly what it's about. If at all, anything. No hints. Not for the company, who the company is, what kind of system it is. It's going to be very secretive, play the cards very close to my chest, but I'm just going to tell you that this project might exist, and it might be something that I've run quite a lot of time in the background in an attempt to secure several £1 million. But I need a lot more knowledge in the things that I know of first, as legal implications of the things we're going to be trying to do. Then there's the legal implications of it actually being created and me just giving it to them and then be like, right, I can't really walk away at that point. I then kind of have to work for them and get it running for it to be like purely, completely 100% safe. But hopefully it should be able to tie in with their existing databases, but then I need to know how their databases work, which would then breach another area of the Data Protection Act because I wouldn't be allowed to know how that works. God damn. So we'll see. Probably not going to be possible. It's probably going to be a case of me sitting down like, love, right, I know you don't like the software they've given you. Here's why you can't have what you want. Bam, 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 bam. No. But yeah, talking about placements, as I've been saying for the past like however long, I'm starting my placement on the 14th of July. I've got a start date. So I've got to start hunting for a place in Bristol before then. I've actually emailed a couple of places, and all of them have said that they're looking for like tenants as soon as possible, which is really annoying because I want to just deal with it. I just want to get it done and get it out of the way and sorted now, and it's really annoying me that I can't just go, right, okay, I'll move in 1st of July or something like that, or 7th of July, move in a week early. But what can you do? What can you bloody well do? Yeah, that's my life basically. It's besides about me time. Right, I'm going to go to bed. I'm actually way too happy to go to bed, but I don't really want to bust out the laptop and start typing up notes. I'm not in the mood. God damn it. Like I say, tomorrow we're going to have lots of work to do. Lots of time to do it in because we're not going to be playing GTA or any bullshit like that. Yeah. So thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. And I shall catch you later.